At this very time, this is around about 6 p.m. So I am here with you with some revision work of relation and functions, taking some concept from class 11 as well as class 12. Just a look, revisit the concept. I have given you all this topic as a PPT now in the form of video. Thank you. Watch the video.
Good morning to all. I am SK Singh, PGT Maths TVM Lori. Here I am coming with you the chapter Relations and Function. This is the part of class 11 as well as in class 12. First I want to find out what is the definition of a relation. Before starting relation, we know the set. A set is a well-defined collection of objects. Well-defined means the collection should be well-defined. There is no ambiguity. Just you think that a set of all list of all students in your class who secured 100% marks. You just find out the correct list, each and every students. But if I ask, write down list 5 honest students of your class. Now if I just say write down 5 honest students of your class to every students of that particular class, I will find that different students of different sets of students. But in this case, all the students of the same set of the list who got the 100% marks in a particular subject in a particular test. So this collection is well defined, but this is not well defined. Honesty is a quality, and this is quality cannot be defined. So this is a set. Now coming to the here, I am not going in deep for the set. I am here for the relation, or that is particular for class 12. So set is this one. Now as you know, set is denoted by capital letters. Set can be represented in two different forms: set builder form, roster method or tabular method. This can be also rule method, roster or tabular method. That's why, and the objects which contain in the set is called the elements of the sets. Like I am saying that A is a set of all vowels A, E, I, O, U of English alphabet. These 5 objects are the elements of that particular set, and this is not ambiguous. Everyone who knows English alphabet can easily say that these 5 letters are vowels of the English alphabet. Now coming to the point, you have a studies about the Cartesian product of two sets. Let it be A and B. What is this Cartesian product of two sets, which is denoted as A cross B? Is a set Cartesian product of two sets A and B denoted by A cross B is a set of all ordered pair such that the first element A belongs to the set A and second element belongs to the set B. Ordered pair, this is order. What is order? The first element should be from set A and second order should be from set B. And we have studies in class as well as in class 8 from 8 the Cartesian system of coordinate geometry representing a point. You have written down the coordinates of a point x and y. Here we say that x is abscissa of the point, y is the ordinate of the point. So here the order is what? The first component is the abscissa and second component is the ordinate. So this is also, since the Cartesian words comes from the same Cartesian product of the coordinate geometry, that is on the mathematician René Descartes. So here Cartesian product defined as that it is a set which contains all the ordered pair AB. Like I am giving you example. Suppose there is a set containing A and B. There is another set containing 1, 2. So what is A cross B? A cross B, all such ordered paired whose first element from set A and second element of set B. So if you take A, we can take 1. If you take, you can also take 2. A1, A2. Then B1, B2. So this is what Cartesian product of set A and B. If you ask about B cross A, you should write the first element should be from B, that is 1A, 1B, 2A and 2B. Okay, this is what Cartesian product. Now, Cartesian product is the base of the relation. Now, as you know, every set has some subsets of it. Every set has some subset. So, you also know how many subsets are there in a set. Again, I am recalling you about the fact, number of subsets and what is subset. Subset, suppose let A and B are two sets, and each element of A is in B, then A is said to be a subset of set A. Set A, subset of set B. It is denoted as A is a subset. And now in our era, subset is denoted as this one. In some book you also find this symbol of this. In NCERT you will find only this one. This denotion is used in our era, was used in our era for the proper subset. But here in NCERT you will find that if A, each element of A is an element of B, then A is said to be subset of B. So you can simply say that suppose A has 1, 2, 3, then there are some sets like 1, like 2, like 3, like 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, as well as 1, 2, 3. These are all sets. These three are singleton set, these three are the set containing two elements, and this is the set original. What we find that each and every set is a subset of the set A, because the elements of these sets are also the elements of set A. So all these 7 sets are the subset of set A. One more is the null set. Now by definition, it is said that if every element of set A is in set B, then A is subset of set B. How can you say that null set is a subset of set A? Is there any element in null set? Nothing. So how can you say that each element of null set is a subset, is the element of A? And if it is not, then why null set is a subset of A? So we go for some language. You say each element of A is in B. In other words, no element in A which is not in B, So there is no element in null set which is not in any set. There is no element, according to this. These two statements are in the same sense. Each element of set A is in B. There is no element in A which is not in B. The same meaning, but said in the different language. So here from this statement, we can say that there is no element in null set which is the element of any set. That's why null set is a set of every set. And the set 1, 2, 3, these 3 elements belongs to the set itself. So every set is a subset of itself. In that way we can say that if the cardinal number of set is 3, what we find, it is number of subset is 8. So number of subsets आपने पढ़ा होगा of set A is nothing but 2 to the power its cardinal number. 2 to the power its cardinal number. So here we define the number of subsets. And what is the subset? From here we start about the relation. It is a subset. Just I am coming to the Cartesian product of two sets A and B. What we have, I just recall you that it is a Cartesian product of two sets A and B. It is also a set. So if it is a set, it has some subsets. So relation is what? Any subset of the Cartesian product of the Cartesian product A and B, that is A cross B, is a relation from set A to set B. Is it clear? Relation को क्या define किया गया? तो relation is a subset of Cartesian product of two sets A and B, which is denoted as A cross B, and it is from set A to set B. If we denote R as a relation, we can say that R is a relation from set A to set B. Don't compare with the function. I am saying here that R is a relation from set A to set B. Now, how many subsets should be from A to B? A cross B. So A cross B, the number of cardinal number of A cross B, as you studied, is cardinal number of A cross cardinal number of B. So number of subsets of A cross B is nothing but 2 to the power n cross cardinal number of A cross B, Cartesian product of A and B, and each subset is a relation. So how many relation can you define from set A to B? That is 2 raised to the power cardinal number of A and B. The number of relations defined from set A to set B is 2 raised to the power cardinal number of A cross B. This is number of relation. Every subset. So null set since is a subset of every set. So null set is also a relation from set A to set B, and it is called void relation, empty relation. Okay. Okay. This is the type of the relation. This is what the definition of relation. So as I said, that every subset of a Cartesian product A cross B is a relation from set A to B. Suppose I have defined a Cartesian from A to B, कोई भी, let A be 1, 2, 3, B is nothing but 2, 4, 5. So what is Cartesian product A cross B? 3 element, it should be 9 element. 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 5, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. And I am defining now, since it has 9 elements, so number of relation is 2 raised to the power 9. I am just defining a relation. R is a relation from A to B such that it contains all those elements AB of A cross B such that A is less than or equal to B, where A belongs to set A and B belongs to set B. So this is R. So what should be the R? This is in set builder form. What is in roster form? All set. 1 is less than 2. Okay, 1, 2. 1 is less than 4. Okay. 1 is less than 5. Okay. 2 is equal to 2. Okay. 2 is less than 4. Okay. 2 is less than 5. Okay. 3, 2. No. 3 is greater than 2. So 3, 2 is not the member. But 3 is less than 4. Okay. And 3 is less than 5. So this is a relation. If I define that is equal to, here I am defining relation is equal to, then there is, and the relation should be R1, because is equal to means A and B must be equal. So there is only one element, 2, 2. Do you think this is a subset of A cross B? Yes, it is a subset of A cross B, hence it is a relation from set A to set B. Clear? Now, in class 11, you should also learn about the domain of the relation and range of the relation, as well as codomain. These three words of relation. What is domain? When you define the relation and you write down its roster form or in set builder form, domain is nothing but set of all first element in the R. जो भी ऑर्डर पेयर R के हैं, रिलेशंस के हैं, देखिए ये A था, हमने A कार्डिनल प्रोडक्ट को केवल हमने यहाँ से हटाया है. So domain of R is here. You will find 1, 2 as well as 3. So the set A, range, set of all second component in the R, 2, 4, 5. Okay, 2, 4, 5. And codomain, it is always the second set, and second set is 2, 4, 5. B भी लिख सकते हैं, ये भी B है, ये A है. But don't confuse that range and codomain should be equal, or domain or the set A should be equal. It is not necessary. We just see in the next example R1. What is the domain range and codomain of R1? Here you find there is only one element. There is only one element in R1. So domain of R1 is only set containing element 2, the first element. Range of R1 second component, ये भी 2 है यहाँ पर संजोग से. But codomain is always the second set from 2, that is B. So what we say, that range of the domain, range of the relation be a subset of codomain B, domain of the relation be a subset of the first set जिसका वो relation है R, और codomain तो second set होता ही है. codomain हमेशा second set होगा. Domain of the relation with the first set is a subset of the first set. Codomain is the second set. Range of the relation is the subset of second set. Is it clear? This is what relation defined in class 11. Here in all these cases, what we see that the two sets are different. What about if a subset of, I have taken A cross A, means the first set and second set are the same. Again, it is also a relation, but this relation can be say that suppose R is a subset of A cross A, we can say that R is a relation, as we have studied in class 11, relation from set A to set A. But instead of saying set A to from set A to set A, we can say that R is a relation defined on A, defined on set A simply. Whenever both the sets A and B are become same, that is subset from A cross A, we can simply say the relation on set or in set. Okay. So again here I am saying that if it also is null set as a subset of A cross A, this is called empty relation. Empty relation. What about A cross A is also a subset of A cross A? A cross A is also a subset of itself. So what about it? This is called universal set. Universal relation, sorry. Universal relation. Is it or not? And also these two sets sometimes called trivial relation. ट्रिवियल जिसको देखकर ही बताया जा सके, ट्रिवियल रिलेशन. जैसे आपको एक और चीज़ बता दूं, मान लो सपोज x प्लस वाई इक्वल टू 0, 2x माइनस 3y इक्वल टू 0, एक लीनियर इक्वेशन दिया हुआ है भाई. Here we see that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, so it has a unique solution, and this solution clear cut I am seeing that 0 0 is the solution. 0 0 is the solution. So this is trivial solution because constant is 0 here. So the only values x is equal to 0 and y equal to 0 is going to satisfy the equation. And if I am going to push it plus 2y. Now here we find that a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but we cannot find c1 by c2 as defined value. So in this case this is called homogeneous function, homogeneous equation. You have not studied in class 10. And in homogeneous function, x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 called trivial solution. X equal to 0 and y equal to 0 called trivial solution. And for the infinitely many solution, we go for the solution that for any value of putting k, let x is equal to y minus y. So letting y equal to k will get x equal to minus k. So minus k, k is the another form. That means minus 1 1, minus 2 2, minus 3 3 or 3 minus 3 satisfy the equation. So these are the another form of solution, and this is called trivial solution. Here I am asking that null set and A cross A is the trivially known that they are certainly a relation from set A to A, that is on set A. So they are called instead empty relation or universal. These are the particular name, and this is known for both the relation. Clear? So we have studied about the relations, domain, range, and its codomain. Now coming to the next, as the types of relation, that is the class, that is of class 12. Types of relation. Now in class 11 you have also learned about the arrow diagram, A cross B. So you should write down A, write down B. So these are the elements of A and these are the elements of B. So each and every element of set A be associated with each and every element of set B, like that one. ठीक है ना? So this way we can say the arrow diagram. Each and every element of set A should be associated with set B. And when we will study about function, this helps you to learn about the functions. So just to find out that I am saying that suppose A and B, and set B contains 1 2 3. So A is associated with 1 2 as well as 3. B is associated with 1 2 and 3. So this is the arrow diagram of A cross B. A cross B, and it is a relation. It is a sure sort relation. अब इसी में किसी भी चीज़ को ले लो आप. AB 1 2 3 था. Suppose A is associated with 2. So this is also a relation. The vowels is associated with even number of set B. The set containing these two elements. Don't you think this is a subset of A cross B? Yes, it is a subset of A cross B, so it is a relation. So this is the arrow diagram of a particular type of relation. Now coming to the types of relation, that is from set A to set B, it is defined set A to set A. There are three types of relations which we have to study in class 12 CBSE. First is reflexive relation. Second one is symmetric relation. I am concentrating on the syllabus of class 12 CBSE. And transitive relation. And then we are going to learn about equivalence relation. Okay. So what are the types of these three relations are? First of all, we just studied about reflexive relation. Reflexive relation. We have studied about empty relation, inversal relation, and these three are the types of. One more relation is identity relation. Identity relation. Actually, this particular relation becomes identity function. Later you will discuss about it, but here you can say it is an identity relation. But first of all, we have to discuss about the reflexive relation. What is the reflexive relation? Suppose a relation is defined on set A. Let R be a relation defined on set A. Okay. So reflexive relation means for all A belonging set A, if the ordered pair doublet AA belongs to R, then R is said to be a reflexive relation on set A. Clear? R is said to be a reflexive relation on set A. हर जैसे A में अगर मान लो, क्लियर कट समझने के लिए, if I am going to write down some example here, reflexive relations. Suppose the set A contains element A, B, C. Okay. Now, certainly it contains, if you are going to write down A cross A, it will AA, AB, AC, BA, BB, BC, CA, CB and CC. A cross A. Now, for all those elements, अगर ये डबलेट किसी रिलेशन में, तो बहुत सारे होंगे, हम यहाँ पर आपको कुछ रिलेशन डिफाइन करते हैं. सपोज R1 इज देयर विच कंटेन्स AA as well as BB, CC, AB. I'm just writing down AB, or one is BA. This example help you for some another types also. The third one is I am going to take, it is AA, AB, BB and CC. Third one, sorry, second one, and third one is only I am taking AA, BB and CC. And fourth one, just I am going to take as what I am trying to tell, let it be AA, AB, BA and BB. Okay, these are the four examples. as per the definition of reflexive relation, there are three elements in set A. So for all elements of set A, the doublets should be in the relation. Means, the first you think that R1, R2, R3, R4 are the relation on set A or not. If it is not, then you can say that that is not. Do you think that all are the subsets? Here all are the subset of A cross A. So all these are relation on set A. Now what do we see? AA, BB and CC are here. For all the elements of set A, the doublets are here. Definition says, for all A, if AA belongs to R, then R is said to be reflexive. That means R1 is reflexive. What about R2? AA, BB, C, C. Again, this is also a relation. What about R3? AA, BB, CC. Oh, okay, ये भी relation हो गया, reflexive relation. Here we see that AA is there, BB is there, but there is no CC. So this is not a reflexive relation. So R1, R2, R3 are reflexive relation on set A, but R4 is not. Okay, ठीक है. अब यहां पर आप देखो R1, R2, R3 जो रिफ्लेक्सिव था उसमें सिर्फ R3 एक ऐसा रिलेशन है जिसमें सिर्फ डबलेट ही हैं. एंड ऐसा जब हो, इसी को हम आइडेंटिटी रिलेशन कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं इसको? आइडेंटिटी रिलेशन. बाकी में क्या है, उसके अलावे भी कुछ एलिमेंट्स A क्रॉस A के हैं. फॉर ऑल AA belongs to set R1, we find that AB and B are also there. Okay, but the condition of reflexibility fulfill here, condition of reflexibility fulfill here, condition of reflexibility fulfill here. In this fourth case, condition of reflexivity does not fulfill here. So this is R4 is not reflexive, but R1, R2, R3 are reflexive relation. Okay. Now coming to the next type, that is symmetric relation. What does it say? Symmetric relation say, first of all you have to write down a relation on set A. I have written this for. What is reflexive relation? Reflexive relation is कि if the relation contains AB, if there is an element in the R, simultaneously if you find that BA is also in R, is it? Then it is called, if AB is in R, following that BA is also in R, then this relation R is said to be symmetric relation. Symmetric relation. Is it clear? R को तो सेट ए में रिलेशन होना है. उसके बाद अगर आपको लगता है कि AB के होने से BA भी है तो वो सिमेट्रिक होगा. अब जस्ट वी आर गोइंग टू ट्राई टू चेक. नाउ इन R1 AA उसका उल्टा AA, BB उसका उल्टा BB, CC उसका उल्टा CC. AB हियर BA, BA उसका उल्टा AB, ये दोनों है. यानी इस कंडीशन को R1 फुलफिल कर रहा है. So R1 is symmetric relation. Now just we see in R2. Here we find AB, but there is no BA. There is no BA. So AB is in R, but BA is not in R. So this is not symmetric. Not symmetric. Clear? Here identity relations are symmetric also. Because for AA, इसका उल्टा AA है ही यहाँ पर. ऐसा कोई एलिमेंट ए बी एक्सक्यूज मी है ही नहीं जिसके कारण इसमें बी ए ना हो. ओके, कम टू द R4. R4 में अगेन वी फाइंड दैट ए बी देन बी ए ऑल्सो. सो दिस इज सिमेट्रिक. दिस इज सिमेट्रिक. सो वी हैव ओनली three symmetric. R1, R3, R4 are symmetric, but R2 is not symmetric. Have you clear what is that symmetric relation is there? हर एक ए बी के लिए उसमें ए बी के सारे एलिमेंट्स का कोई मतलब नहीं है। अगर केवल रिलेशन के एलिमेंट्स को देखकर हमें बताना है कि ये सिमेट्रिक है या नहीं। रिफ्लेक्सिव में सेट के हर एलिमेंट हमें देखना पड़ेगा, हर एलिमेंट के लिए उसका डबलेट है या नहीं है। ठीक, नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट टाइप, दैट इज ट्रांजिटिव। अगेन आई एम लेटिंग दिस द सेम एग्जाम्पल। ट्रांजिटिव सेज कि इफ AB is in R as well, another element BC is in R. Here just try to find out that the first ordered pair contains second element as B, then second element contain B as the first element. मतलब इसका ये second, इसका first common होना चाहिए. Implies that if AB and BC are in R, then AC भी अगर R में हो, we say R is a transitive relation on set A. ठीक है। अगर हमें इस डिफिनेशन को बड़े ध्यान से समझना है, if AB and BC are in the given relation and then AC is also in that relation, then the relation is said to be transitive. If AB and BC are there but AC is not there, then R is not transitive. Now just check here. AB and BA, the common element gone, so for AA, यहाँ पर देखिए क्या था, ये कॉमन एलिमेंट गायब होकर AC बन गया है ना। तो यहाँ AB एंड BA के होने से AA R में है, R1 में है। उसी तरह अगर मैं पहले इसको बोलूँ BA और बाद में AB बोलूँ, तो ये दोनों गायब होकर क्या एलिमेंट बनेगा, BB। तो BB इज ऑल्सो हेयर, सो दिस रिलेशन इज ट्रांजिटिव ऑल्सो। व्हाट अबाउट दिस वन, AB is there and BB is there, therefore AB is there. Is it or not? So ये भी ट्रांजिटिव है। यहाँ कोई ऐसा चीज़ आपको नहीं मिल रहा है कि जिसके कारण कहोगे कि नहीं सर इन दोनों होने के कारण ये तीसरा नहीं है। अच्छा, एवरी आइडेंटिटी रिलेशन इज सिमेट्रिक एज वेल एज ट्रांजिटिव, बिकॉज इसी केस में कह रहा है कि इफ AB एंड BC आर इन R, देन AC इज R। इस स्टेटमेंट का एक बहुत ही सिंपल सा वर्ड है कि अगर आपने AB और BC मुझे दिया तो मैं AC अगर दे दूं तो ट्रांजिटिव कहूँगा, नहीं दे पाऊंगा तो ट्रांजिटिव नहीं कहूँगा। ओके, वेल एंड गुड, बट व्हाट इफ कि हमें AB तो मिला है लेकिन BC दे ही नहीं रहे हो आप, तो फिर AC कैसे मांगोगे हमसे। जैसे इन द केस ऑफ सपोज रिलेशन इज डिफाइंड इन द सेट ऑफ पर्सन लिविंग ए पर्टिकुलर प्लेस एंड रिलेशन इज मतलब कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट ऑफ A क्रॉस A, every person related to another person. Now I am saying the relation is defined as wife of, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर सपोज सीता इज वाइफ ऑफ राम, ओके, सीता इज वाइफ ऑफ राम। नाउ बाय द डेफिनेशन ऑफ ट्रांजिटिविटी BC शुड बी देयर, तो हमें AC निकालना होगा, यानी सीता इज वाइफ ऑफ राम एंड राम इज वाइफ ऑफ सम another person. Now, is it possible that Ram can be wife of any other person? No. So we are not going to find BC here. We are having AB belongs to R, means सीता कॉमा राम दो ऑर्डर पेयर है, वो हमारे सेट में है, रिलेशन में है, बट राम कॉमा समथिंग नहीं होने वाला है। जब BC नहीं होने वाला है तो AC कैसे आप मांगोगे, AC भी नहीं होगा। इन दैट केस ये जो रिलेशन है वो ट्रांजिटिव होगा, क्योंकि ट्रांजिटिव का कंडीशन ये है कि AB और BC होने पर आप हम AC मांगिए, अगर AC हम दे पाए तो ट्रांजिटिव, नहीं दे पाए तो ट्रांजिटिव नहीं, लेकिन उसके पहले आपको हमें AB और BC देना होगा। बट आप केवल AB दे के कहोगे, जैसे हमने सेकेंड में केस में इसी कारण से कहा कि R2 इज ऑल्सो ट्रांजिटिव बिकॉज ए बी आपने दिया, बी सी दे ही नहीं रहे हो। बी सी में हम एक ए ले सकते हैं। मान लो अगर ये नहीं हुआ बी सी यहाँ पर, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि ए बी के होने पर, सपोज इस केस में अगर बी बी मैं हटा दूँ तो ए बी अकेला रह गया, फिर भी वो ट्रांजिटिव रहेगा। सो क्लियर है ट्रांजिटिव? इन दोनों के होने पे ये होना चाहिए, और कोई एक रहे तो ट्रांजिटिव है। सो आर इज ट्रांजिटिव। नाउ व्हाट इज आर फोर? हियर वी फाइंड दैट ए बी एंड बी ए के कारण ए ए है, चाहे बी ए एंड ए बी के कारण बी बी है। सो दिस रिलेशन इज ट्रांजिटिव ऑल्सो। सो आर फोर इज सिमेट्रिक एंड ट्रांजिटिव। R3 is all reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. R2 is reflexive, transitive but not symmetric. R1 is transitive भी है, symmetric भी है और reflexive है. R1 and R3 are all the three types. So whenever any relation becomes reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive, then we come to the another type, that is it is an equivalence relation. It is an equivalence relation. If a relation R on A is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then R is said to be an equivalence relation on set A. अगर कोई रिलेशन तीनों हो जाए तो हम उसको क्या कहेंगे? इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन। क्लियर कट? अच्छा, ये जो इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन और एक सिमेट्रिक, रिफ्लेक्सिव, ट्रांजिटिव था, ये क्लास 12 के सिलेबस में है। बट you had done 2 questions in class 11 just based on these very 3 types, but not naming. वहाँ पर नाम तो नहीं था, बट क्वेश्चन था। क्या क्वेश्चन था? एक क्वेश्चन दिया हुआ था एक कि that R be a relation from Q to Q, यानी R is a subset of Q cross Q. Q is the set of rational number such that defined by ordered pair AB, A and B are both rational number and A minus B is an integer. A minus B is an integer. ये दिया हुआ था रिलेशन, और आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया होगा, एग्जाम्पल में था वो कि that AA belongs to R for all A belonging Q. दूसरा, AB belongs to R implies that BA belongs to R. Third, AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R implies that AC belongs to R. ये आपको दिखाना था, नाम नहीं दिया है। देखिए, पहला कंडीशन क्या था? Don't you think it is a reflexive relation? This is symmetric relation and this is transitive relation. And since if all these 3 categories satisfied, types satisfied, the relation must be equivalence. But in class 11, since this equivalence relation and types of relation are not there, so that's why the naming of the types of relation is not given in the NCERT book, but in the reference book you will find, you had to find these names: reflexivity, symmetricity or transitivity. So here you see that for every rational number, what is A minus A? Is 0, and 0 is an integer. So 0 0 जो है इस कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, तो हमारा ये रिलेशन रिफ्लेक्सिव था। सपोज A minus B is an integer. A belongs to B belongs to R means A minus B is an integer. If A minus B is an integer, B minus A is what? It is also an integer. So B minus A is integer means BA belongs to R. So the relation is also symmetric. In class 11 we were not going to say that it is transitive. We said that this condition satisfied. we don't say that it is symmetric. Now, AB belongs to R means A minus B is an integer. BC belongs to R means B minus C is an integer. A minus B is an integer, B minus C is an integer. Their sum cancel, A minus C. Sum of two integer is also integer, yani A minus C is also an integer. So AC belongs to R. If AC belongs to R, we can say that A minus B is an integer, B minus C is also an integer, sum of these two integers are also integer, and A minus C is an integer, means N minus C belongs to Z, so AC belongs to R. If AC belongs to R, then R is transitive. So hence these three conditions, reflexive, symmetric and transitive are fulfilled. So the relation is here equivalence also. And the same this is in exercise, this is an example of the class 11, and in exercise it was given that I think A is equal to B square. A equal to B square, and they are natural number. They are natural number. Okay. R is a relation defined on n cross n. And AB says that A is equal to B square. Now, अब यहाँ दिखाना है कि whether all these three properties fulfill or not. Now, here I am going to say that if you are going to disprove any property, please find an example. Give a counter example. You have studied in mathematical reasoning in class 11, giving counter examples to disprove any property. So here we say A is equal to B square for every, मान लो हमने 2 लिया, तो क्या 2 बिलोंग करेगा हमारे R में? नहीं करेगा, because 2 is not equal to 2 square. 2 is not equal to 2 square, so this condition is not fulfilled. Again, if AB is there, means A is equal to B square. Suppose I am writing here 4/2. Certainly 4/2 is in R, because 4 is equal to 2 square. 4 is equal to 2 square by definition. Do you think if 4/2 is there, 2/4 be there? No, 2/4 is not there, because 2 is not equal to 4 square. So symmetric relation, matlab this very property is not going to be fulfilled. This is not true. Again for the third वाला हमने लिया 16/4, because 16 is 4 square, ये R में होगा. दूसरा लिया 4/2, because 4 is square of 2. So AB is here, BC is here, but 16/2 is not there, because 16 is not 2 square. 16 is not 2 square. So giving the counter example, we disprove all these three property. So this relation, now in class 12 we can say this relation defined by this is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. Clear? So this is what the types of relation. This is what types of relation. As we have discussed that equivalence relation. What is equivalence relation? Equivalence relation must be number 1 reflexive, number 2 symmetric, and number 3 transitive. Okay, I am just giving you a simple example that in a set of all lines in a plane, lines in a plane, ये हमने डिफाइन किया एक सेट. नाउ रिलेशन हमने डिफाइन किया इज पैरेलल टू, और दूसरा रिलेशन हमने डिफाइन किया इज परपेंडिकुलर टू. ओके, सो do you know that every line is parallel to itself? Yes, because both the line have the same slope, So every line is parallel to itself. So for all L belonging set A, here L represent the line, we find that L is parallel to L. That means LL is in R. तो क्या हो गया? Reflexive हो गया. But can you say in the same case that all line is perpendicular to itself? No. Every line is not perpendicular to itself. Every line is not perpendicular to itself. So this relation, suppose I am defining the relation as R and this is as S. So S is not reflexive, but R is reflexive. Come to the next one, symmetric. In the both the case is parallel to. I am going to take two different lines, L1 and L2. L1 and L2. If belongs to R, L1 and L2 belongs to S. That means by this definition L1 is parallel to L2 and here in this L1 is perpendicular to L2. Can I say, or can we able to say, are you able to say that L2 is also parallel to L1? Yes, simply अगर L1 L2 का parallel है तो L2 भी होगा. So L2 L1 belongs to R. So AB belongs to R means BA belongs to R. So this is symmetric also. And here, if L1 is perpendicular to L2, certainly L2 is also perpendicular to L1. So L2 L1 is also in R. Sorry, S. So S is symmetric here. Reflexive तो नहीं था लेकिन symmetric हुआ. अब आइए तीसरे पार्ट पे, ट्रांजिटिव पे. हमने लिया दो डिफरेंट सेट्स, L1 L2 R में एंड L2 L3 R में. ऐसा लिया हमने, यहाँ भी लिया L1 L2 S में, L2 L3 भी S में. Here L1 is parallel to L2, this gives you, and this gives you L2 is parallel to L3. Here L1 L2 belongs to S means L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3. Now from here we can say that L1 is parallel to L3. एक लाइन के पैरेलल अगर दो अलग अलग लाइन हैं तो वो दोनों भी आपस में पैरेलल होते हैं, बाय ज्योमेट्री हमने पढ़ा हुआ है. बट हेयर L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to third line L3. What we find here that L1 is parallel to L3. This implies that L1 is parallel to L3, not perpendicular to L3. So S is not transitive, पैरेलल टू तीनों हुआ, रिफ्लेक्सिव भी हुआ, सिमेट्रिक भी हुआ, ट्रांजिटिव भी हुआ, बट परपेंडिकुलर टू रिफ्लेक्सिव और ट्रांजिटिव नहीं हुआ, केवल सिमेट्रिक हुआ. So this is the example of equivalence relation, simple example of equivalence relation. One more thing I am going to say here about equivalence class, like is parallel to, चूंकि इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन जब डिफाइंड होगा तब हम इक्विवेलेंस क्लास की बात करेंगे. और उस लाइन के सेट में हमने एक आपको लाइन दे दिया y इज इक्वल टू 3x प्लस 4. इक्विवेलेंस क्लास क्या होता है ये आपको जानने की जरूरत है. व्हाट इज इक्विवेलेंस क्लास? इक्विवेलेंस क्लास उसके सेट में कोई एक ऐसा एलिमेंट ले लीजिए, उस एलिमेंट से रिलेटेड जो भी सारे एलिमेंट होंगे उस सेट का, वो इक्विवेलेंस क्लास को बिलोंग करेगा. डिफिनेशन क्या कहेंगे इक्विवेलेंस क्लास का? इक्विवेलेंस क्लास हियर पर आई एम डिस्कसिंग अबाउट इक्विवेलेंस, दिख रहा है नहीं, इक्विवेलेंस क्लास. कोई एक लेट ए बी एनी सेट, and then a relation, equivalence relation is defined here. The equivalence class equivalence class of any element, an element suppose A is in A, is the set of all elements B belong to A such that A is related to B, B is related to A. B is related to A, मतलब B belongs to R. तो जैसे हमने कहा कि set of all lines is parallel to the line is given that one, तो इसका जो इक्विवेलेंस कहेगा उस लाइन में हर वो लाइन जिसका इक्वेशन इस फॉर्म में हो, C is any number, मतलब उसका स्लोप अगर 3 है, उस लाइन एवरी लाइन विच स्लोप्स इज 3, उसका जो सेट बनेगा वो इस सेट के इस एलिमेंट के इक्विवेलेंस क्लास को बनाएगा. एक दूसरा एग्जांपल से आप समझ सकते हो कि सपोज हमने एक इंटीजर पर डिफाइन किया रिलेशन और उसको डिफाइन किया ए बी सच दैट ए माइनस बी इज डिविजिबल बाई 2. इसको हम लोग कहते हैं ए सच दैट बी कॉन्ग्रो ए कॉन्ग्रो बी मॉडलो 2 मीन्स ए माइनस बी इज डिविजिबल बाई 2. नाउ अब इसको देखो, ये एक इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन है. कैसे? फॉर एवरी ए बिलोंगिंग जेड हमारा रिलेशन है, ए माइनस ए जो कि 0 होगा इज डिविजिबल बाई 2. सो रिफ्लेक्सिव रिलेशन हो गया. अच्छा, ए माइनस बी अगर डिविजिबल बाई 2 है, इज डिविजिबल बाई 2, सर्टेनली बी माइनस ए इज ऑल्सो डिविजिबल बाई 2. मीन्स यहाँ से ए बी अगर जेड आर में है तो बी ए भी आर में होगा. क्लियर? सो सिमेट्रिक भी हो गया. अब आइए, ए माइनस बी डिविजिबल बाई 2 है, मतलब सम मल्टीपल ऑफ 2, बी माइनस ए डिविजिबल, बी माइनस सी डिविजिबल बाई 2 है, सम मल्टीपल ऑफ एन. तो इन दोनों का सम की अगर हम बात करें तो ये क्या होगा, 2m प्लस 2n, दैट इज 2 इंटू एम प्लस एन, अगेन डिविजिबल बाई 2. सो ए सी बिलोंग्स टू आर इफ ए बी एंड बी सी बोथ बिलोंग्स टू आर. तो ए सी भी मिल जाएगा, तो ट्रांजिटिव भी है. दैट मीन्स दिस रिलेशन इज इक्विवेलेंस. नाउ अब इसमें हमने कहा कि आप एक नंबर 2 दे दिया हमने, उसका इक्विवेलेंस क्लास निकालिए. उसको डिनोट करते हैं इस तरीके से, 2 का इक्विवेलेंस क्लास निकालिए. तो क्या करेंगे, 2 के साथ हर वो एलिमेंट ले लेना है जिसका डिफरेंस 2 से डिविजिबल हो. हमारा डिफरेंस है ए माइनस बी डिविजिबल बाई 2. 2 के जगह थोड़ा सा होने के लिए 1 रख लेते हैं. तो देखो 1 में से 1 घटाओगे तो 0 होगा और 2 से डिविजिबल है. पहला तो वही सेम एलिमेंट हम ले ही लेंगे. 1 के बाद आप ले लो 3, 1 माइनस 3 और 3 माइनस 1, तो सिंपली माइनस 3 ऑल्सो. अच्छा, 1 है तो माइनस 1 भी होगा, बिकॉज 1 में से माइनस 1 को घटाएंगे 2, या माइनस 1 में से 1 को घटाएंगे तो माइनस 2, बोथ आर डिविजिबल बाई 2, 2. फिर 5 ले लो, 7 ले लो एंड डॉट डॉट. उसी तरह माइनस 5 ले लो, माइनस 7 ले लो, डॉट डॉट. तो ये इक्विवेलेंस क्लास हुआ 1 का. अब आप 0 का ले लो तो देखो क्या होगा, 0 होगा, 2 होगा, 4 होगा, 6 होगा एंड सो ऑन, माइनस 2 होगा, माइनस 4 होगा एंड सो ऑन. इसके बाद आप और किसी भी इंटीजर को अगर आप बनाते हो, किसी भी इंटीजर को, जैसे 3 का बनाओगे, 4 का बनाओगे, 5 का बनाओगे, तो वो इन्हीं दोनों में से कोई एक होगा. जैसे अगर आप 3 का बनाते हो तो देखो ये 3 का है कि नहीं, 3 में 3 होना चाहिए. 4 का बनाते हो तो ये 4 का होगा कि नहीं. ऑड नंबर इसका मिलेगा, इवन नंबर इसका मिलेगा. तो देयर इज ओनली 2 इक्विवेलेंस क्लास हेयर एंड दीज 2, इन दोनों का यूनियन Z होगा और दोनों एक दूसरे के इंटरसेक्शन जो है नल सेट होंगे, यानी डिसजॉइंट हो गए. तो इसको पार्टीशन भी बोलते हैं कि दीज 2 सेट्स फॉर्म्स ए पार्टीशन ऑफ द सेट ऑफ इंटीजर Z. और जब कभी ऐसा आप सेट बना लो, पार्टीशन बना लो किसी सेट का, तो वो जिस भी रिलेशन से डिफाइन किया हो वो इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन होगा ही होगा. एक चीज़ और चलते चलते बता दूँ, आज एक वर्ड आता है इसमें रिलेशन टाइप्स में, सिलेबस में नहीं आपको एक्चुअली है, लेकिन फिर भी एंटी सिमेट्रिक. एंटी सिमेट्रिक क्या है? ये भी एक टाइप का रिलेशन है एंटी सिमेट्रिक। तो एंटी सिमेट्रिक, सिमेट्रिक वर्ड क्या था? इफ ए बी बिलोंग्स टू आर देन बी ए बिलोंग्स टू आर। तो व्हाट इज एंटी सिमेट्रिक? कह रहा है कि एंटी सिमेट्रिक तब होगा कि जब ए बी के आर में होने से और बी ए के आर में होने से दोनों इक्वल हो जाएं, तो इसको एंटी सिमेट्रिक कहते हैं। एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे अगर मैं ले लूं ए डिवाइड्स बी, अब ए डिवाइड्स बी भी मिल जाए और बी डिवाइड्स ए भी मिल जाए, ऐसा कब होगा? जब दोनों इक्वल होंगे। ये रिलेशन अगर हमने डिफाइन किया और ये चीज़ मिल जाए कि इन दिस केस ए बी इज देयर एज वेल एज बी ए इज ऑल्सो देयर, तो ये तभी होगा जब ए इक्वल टू बी होगा। ए इज डिविजिबल, ए डिवाइड्स बी एंड बी ऑल्सो डिवाइड्स बी डिवाइड्स ए ऑल्सो। ऐसा कौन सा नंबर होगा? जब दोनों नंबर सेम हो। डिविडेंड और डिवाइजर जब सेम हो तभी दोनों एक दूसरे को डिवाइड करते हैं। तो ऐसे रिलेशन को हम एंटी सिमेट्रिक कहते हैं। ये जस्ट फॉर योर नॉलेज, नथिंग एल्स। हमें सिर्फ वही 3 पढ़ना था, सिमेट्रिक, रिफ्लेक्सिव, सिमेट्रिक, ट्रांजिटिव, और इन तीनों के होने से इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन, और फिर अगर तीनों हो जाए इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन तो एक वर्ड और आ गया इक्विवेलेंस क्लास। इसके बाद हमारा इसी पे बेस जो है कुछ क्वेश्चंस करने होंगे। उसके बाद हम लोग पढ़ेंगे फंक्शंस, जो कि रिलेशन से ही थोड़ा सा और पर्टिकुलर हो जाता है और नथिंग। सो थैंक यू, हैव अ नाइस डे।